This is a supplemental video regarding annual demand planning. Now, there's a few things going on this screen here. This can be accessed by an FAO manager for demand planning for that FAO at the FAO level or sub-office level, and that can get rolled up to ROs and headquarters. So number one, the different buckets, the different demand buckets are defined here in these titles: forward pricing, material events, such as maybe a CFO being fired at a contractor and you want to do an audit perhaps next year, contract terminations. Now, these might not be 100% correct. We don't know the details of what the demand buckets should be, but just know that you can add as many demand buckets as you want, and they would just become more swim lanes to the right here. Now, the other thing to discuss about demand bucket planning is that you can provide instructions. You can see here, I've put some instructions to the FAO manager on how to do demand bucket planning. We can also embed videos to help as well. And the idea here is that this it's called a quick action menu, allows for customized, configured workflows to be run, and you can create as many as you want for the FAO manager, but they run a workflow to set the demand buckets. And what happens is, now we have the demand buckets, the actual assignments that have flowed in previous years. We have all that here, 2021, 2022, 2020, etc., in the database. So for this year, when we go to start defining the number of, in this case, days per year of work per demand bucket, and these are the different demand buckets, and you could dynamically add more from here as well. It grabs the number from the rolling average of the previous 3 years. Now, that calculation can be configured very easily without coding, just by changing the workflow. And so basically here you can then manually be modifying the number of days per year per type of assignment. Maybe this is 235, etc. And I could save that. And then what happens is, if we just go back in here, and I'm just going to reload this same demand bucket planning board. And so now these numbers here, the number after the slash, this is the limit, the total number of days per forward pricing, 275 days for material events, et cetera, et cetera. Incurred costs is 86. And so these have been now set up as the levels or the demand bucket volume available per type of ad hoc type of audits that flow into the system. Now, each card here is an audit that can get created by a web form automatically from your customers, or it could be hand created from the Home tab using a simple form as well. And so as these different work items, this is forward pricing, so it would be, being created in here. And then as they flow in, different requests for ad hoc and material event flows in. You could see here, now we have 12 working days of the limit of 275, 13 days of 175. And this column will then go yellow once you start approaching 175, and then go red once you're over that demand bucket limit. And that helps the FAO manager and supervisors to visually see how they're doing against their planned demand buckets. And also you can see the different audit requests flowing in this board in real time. And you can even drag and drop some analytics. So for example, if I want to put a real-time analytic to see which of the lead auditors are late on completing these different assignments, I could go card past due date here, create it on the board. Now it's kind of small, so I'm just gonna Readjust that to be a bit bigger. And let's see if that resets there. That looks good. I'm just going to reposition it. So now I have an analytic here, and I can see there's two late audits from Aaron Auditor. Emilio Executive has 3 late, and FAO Manager Fred 11. And so you can have different analytics here, you know, pie charts, line graphs, and what have you, but they're on the same board as visualizing the different audit requests that are flowing into the system. Now, if it's a very simple audit, then you'll have some simple tasks, task 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can actually mark them complete. You can collaborate in real time and be chatting back and forth with folks on your mobile phone or on your laptop, and send messages to each other, and thereby capturing the full story of what happened end to end on that audit later on for historical purposes. That's for a simple audit where maybe there's some checklist items and you're done the audit. For more involved audits that might be taking several weeks, and it's perhaps a $100 or $200 million type of program, you might want to drill down into the card and open up a new tab, and it drills into a more detailed view of different planning tasks that are ongoing. And you could also collaborate in real time and discuss with people in the field on their mobile phones or on their laptops, and be chatting back and forth with each other as well in real time. And as they update these tasks, you know, 75% complete, this one maybe 50% complete, you'll see that the FAO manager will see these being completed in real time. They'll see the green line there progressing from left to right. So in summary, you can start on your annual planning process for demand buckets by creating these swim lanes, creating the limits of the number of hours per type. If you want to save other dimensions or other, I guess, values other than just hours, maybe you want to enter in some other key information per swim lane here. You can configure as many custom fields as you want, values, and capture those here in this guided wizard here. You can add as many fields, radio buttons, you know, drop-down pick lists, and instead of clicking next and just being done, you can go from screen to screen, collecting further information. So it's very, very configurable without any coding, really. And there you have it.